So the Tennessee Titans have their future quarterback, and it's former Kentucky quarterback Will Levis, who slid all the way out of the first round to the early second round to pick 33. And I'm struggling with it. I have no idea how I feel about this. All right, so the Tennessee Titans it was pretty crazy at the start of the first round. The morning of the draft, or maybe the night before, a lot of people were talking about the Tennessee Titans are gearing up to trade up to take a CJ Stroud. That was reported out there. It was hot and heavy, and everybody was saying that the Tennessee Titans are going to get their guy, CJ Stroud, if the Houston Texans decided not to take him. Well, to me, honestly, when that news got out, it probably shifted things, and the Texans was forced their hand, saying they said that they were going to take CJ Stroud. Maybe they were always going to take him, but the general manager of the Texans basically came out and said that they had to shift some gears just to make sure that they got their guy, and Tennessee didn't. So it was pretty heavily reported out there that the Titans wanted CJ Stroud, whether you believe that or not. Anyways, they get to pick 11, and Will Levis is still on the board. Anthony Richardson taken to the Colts at pick 4. But anyways, Will Levis is there, and the Titans choose to take Peter Skrosnick, the tackle, out of Northwestern. And then Will Levis proceeds to continue to fall all the way to the second round. And in day 2, the Tennessee Titans, who were at pick 41, trades up with the Arizona Cardinals at pick 33 to take Will Levis. And of course, it's always an exciting time. I'm a Tennessee Titans fan. It's always an exciting time when you're a fan of a team and they take the potential quarterback of the future. But I felt like coming in, the one quarterback that I kind of didn't really want was Will Levis. Here's the thing about Will Levis, and I want you guys to comment in the comment section what you think about this pick. But for Will Levis, for me, he's got some strengths. I mean, he is big, he is strong, he's athletic, he's got a very, very strong arm. He can throw the ball anywhere that you want it to on the field, whether you're talking deep out routes, comeback routes, deep posts, deep crossers, anything like that. Arm strength is not an issue with a Will Levis. The decision making is where it really struggles for me. So in his first year at Kentucky, of course, he came from Penn State, transferred to Kentucky, and in his first year at Kentucky, he had a pretty solid year. When you're talking about his stats, he went to 233 of 353, 66 percentage, 2,826 yards, 24 touchdowns, still 13 interceptions. But if he came out in that draft, he was probably a first-round pick. Had a lot of hype with him, and his rushing was pretty good. Ended up having 107 attempts for 376 yards and 3 touchdowns. But then this year, the production went down a little bit. Kentucky was struggling. And you know, maybe this is about the team he has around him with Kentucky and also being in the best competition. But the old saying is the quarterback's got to make people better around him. And that just did not happen for Kentucky this year. Will Levis went 185 of 283, 65% completion percentage, 2,406 yards, 19 touchdowns. So he threw 5 less touchdowns and he had 10 interceptions. And of course, he had some injuries. He had a toe injury. He was kind of beat up multiple times. And just throughout this year, Will Levis while made really big plays and he can wow you with his arm strength and his athletic ability, he still made some really bad decisions on the field. And it was those decisions that really cost Kentucky in some critical games. You cannot do that in the NFL. And so I'm struggling with this. The way I look at this, from a Tennessee Titans perspective, you have this hope and you have this fear. The ceiling hope is a Josh Allen who came out of University of Wyoming who had some similar concerns. Big, strong, athletic quarterback, but played out of Wyoming and it was inconsistent at times, would turn it over. And people really didn't understand exactly where he would be at, but he was just this really athletic, big, strong arm quarterback. That could be a Will Levis. It really could. But then also, Titans fans remember Jake Locker, quarterback out of Washington, who was big, stocky kind of quarterback, fast, athletic, strong arm, competitor, physical, and very tough. And it just never worked out for him in the NFL. He was always injury prone. At times he would show flashes, but it just never panned out. And I believe he was out of the league in 4 years, and then he ultimately retired. I don't even think he played for another team. That's kind of where I see the ceiling and the floor with a Will Levis. Now, if we're being fair, every one of these quarterbacks in this year's draft has flaws or concerns. I mean, there is no surefire quarterback. I would say Bryce Young is the most surefire quarterback in this year's draft. But the concerns are his size. Coming in at 5'10", I think technically they said 205, but he's probably played around 190. That's a concern in the NFL. Can his size be able to withstand an NFL season? With C.J. Stroud, pure passer, beautiful ball, really gets the ball out of his hands quick, can be semi-athletic. But then he had this S2 cognition score of 18, and now people worried about his processing ability. And if we're being honest, he was surrounded by a great cast and maybe not playing the best of competition at times with the Big Ten. And then you got Anthony Richardson, which probably has the highest ceiling out of anybody. Fast, big, strong, athletic arm, kind of like a Will Levis, but faster, and just has everything you want in a athletic quarterback. But he's had 1 year and it was subpar, and I think below 60% completion. That could be a huge bust. And then you got Will Levis, and then Hendon Hooker coming off the ACL. But then it was also, is it the system? Is it Hendon? Every quarterback in this year's draft has their pros and definitely has their cons. This one's tough. We'll probably have more videos on this going forward. What does this mean for the Tennessee Titans? What does this mean for a Ryan Tannehill? Do they move on from a Ryan Tannehill and start the Will Levis era now, or does Levis sit under a Tannehill? Of course, you do not have that fifth-year option on Levis, so I don't think you want to waste too much time. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section below. If you're a Tennessee Titans fan and you don't like this pick, you got to find a way to shake it off, and you now got to believe and you got to hope that this guy proves so many people wrong. He's got the tools, he's got the skill set. He really hasn't shown it, and he's got to be able to show it, but now at that next highest level. Always stay humble, stay kind. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and watch this next video. Peace.